Okay. Anything
Uh,
else Oscars related that we're going to talk about
no,
here?
the Oscars award shows suck. Award shows suck.
I I don't think I've watched one in almost a decade.
Yeah, at least.
I
Um,
clips of Will Smith slapping Chris Rock is the closest I've come to watching an award show. So, and that includes the NFL too. Like I just wait for everything to come out on Twitter,
Much
which
easier.
is almost instantaneous now.
helps with bad sports leagues like the NBA and MLB too. It's like you just get all your information from Twitter, and you don't have to spend countless hours watching crap games.
See, I don't think they're
Nobody
all
has the
crap
time.
games, man.
I don't have the time.
They're not all crap games.
Meaningless until you get to the playoffs, and even then, in a 7 game
Now, the
series,
regular season is not meaningless.
4 of those games are meaningless.
We are in a very pivotal race in the Western Conference right now.
We are.
It is
And the
coming down.
viewership is still in the tank.
I witnessed part of it too. I watched the Lakers beat the Mavericks. They had to come down from 27 points.
Great game. LeBron's last game he's played in, so for a
Yeah.
while.
Well, Ja has been suspended for
Ja.
another 8 games by the league
Yeah.
specifically. But
Well, about that, he gets suspended 8 games,
Let
but
me tell you
well,
something,
as
actually,
an NBA fan over
It's
here,
Mr. Basketball, fucking gym teacher over here.
he did get suspended 8 games, but some of the time that he was away, they're counting that as part of his suspension as well. So
I'm
he will be able to
served.
return. Yep.
I'm served. So okay, so that's the league's determination, but have the Memphis Grizzlies as an organization come out and said obviously Ja said he was spending time
Dog, it's
indefinitely
Memphis.
away. The Grizzlies said that he's going to spend
It's
indefinite
Memphis.
time away, but are they going to come back and have they come back and said like, hey, he's
It's
just going to
Memphis.
do whatever games and then
He's it's
what's Memphis?
Memphis. It's a team that is based out of Memphis, Tennessee. They're what do you think their fan base is into? That team is going to go for money, ratings. Like they're going to play into that 1,000%. They are not
Yeah.
going to suspend their young star, who everybody's going to come pay to see more games than what the NBA is suspending him. Put a stamp on it.
I mean, I would agree. I just didn't know you guys, as resident NBA fans on this podcast,
Dog,
if
I'm about to
they
win
come out
my
and say,
fantasy basketball league this year.
Don't
For
curse
like
yourself now, man.
2 weeks in a row, I have the highest score. So like, the
Don't curse
playoffs are
yourself now,
starting
man.
next week. You look, I'm manifesting.
come back next
All
I'm
right.
week and
manifesting.
notice that Tybo's going to be the worst team out of all of
Absolutely
them.
not. I'm not going to have a first round exit.
He's got a really good
And
team.
the guy that's in first place is going to tank. He's going to shit the bed in the playoffs. He gets a first round bye, and he's about to get knocked, get bounced.
Hopefully, yeah.
I'm the number 3 seed. I can't overtake the 2 seed, but I am beating the number 2 seed in the last round of the regular season. I know basketball a little bit.
A little bit. Speaking of fantasy basketball with Tybo,
Don't cut me off on just saying I know basketball, because I don't. I know basketball a little bit.
a little bit.
Un peu,
I remember introducing Tybo to fantasy basketball one
un
year.
pequeño.
He was a co-manager
We
with
had
me,
this. We had the same team. Yeah.
and we just picked up point guards among point guards over and over again because assists were so much in our league. He called our team, y'all get the point.
Y'all get the point.
We worked at Lowe's together, and every time I would go to the bathroom or take a little break, he's back there literally looking on fantasy basketball over and over again, trying to pick up as many players as he can. And we're the best team in the whole entire league, the whole entire year. And then he went crazy with it towards the end, and we got second place.
Yeah, we got second place. But still, that's pretty good for a first year.
That's pretty good.
And I have ADHD tendencies where I just hyper focus on shit sometimes, and that was definitely a hyper focus little stint in my life that whole season.
All right, I've got some breaking news.
Oh God!
I don't mean to cut it off.
The news
of the
guy.
basketball.
Before
That's
that,
breaking
before
news,
that,
guy.
before that, it is Wednesday, March 15th. Breaking news.
from Field Yates as of just a couple of
Because this
minutes
is going to
ago.
come out what the week later.
Chiefs,
Yeah.
yeah. The Chiefs have converted 12 million of quarterback Patrick
See,
Mahomes' roster bonus of 2023 into a signing bonus. We've created an additional 9.6 million in cap space.
so we're at 15, 16,
With that 9.6, we should
16.
be. Last I checked, we were at 16.7, so we should be 10 above that.
God, I thought we were at 8.
Yeah.
I didn't see the conversions after we had signed Juwan Taylor. Um, so it could have
Yeah,
gone
I
down. I
thought
haven't.
I think we're
Pretty
back
sure
up
we're
at
at 8.
16. If
Yeah.
that's yeah.
But also the new cap, the new year, the new NFL league year started at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern
Happy
time
New
today.
Year.
Happy New
Happy New
Year!
Year, football fans.
So the cap does get an additional $10 million just built in.
Hmm.
Don't forget about that. And then whatever deals that have been expunged through cutting or trades from any team now go into effect as of right now as well. So all of that should play a factor into the large free agent pool or cap space that each team should have.
Interesting.
Right.
Just
So then
sounds
we
like
did.
we need to go out and get DeAndre Hopkins now.
No, stop it,
D
man!
Hop.
Stop it!
D
Stop it!
Hop.
You're willing to pay
Why
that?
not?
I did see somebody come back and talk about his contract. We'll talk about him again. It'd be $19 million out if they continue to go along with the contract that he currently has. It'd be $19 million this year. Are you guys still okay to pay $19 million to a guy who's not going to play more than 9 games?
Yes.
I think he would play more than 9 games to just start with that. But
What makes
there
you
would
think he's going to
have to
play
be there would have to
that
be
many
other
games?
things. There would have to be other things that happen for us to do that. Other moves, other roster cuts, additions, whatever you want. Whatever Veach has got to do to make the books look a little bit better, so that we can get D Hop in, sign some good rookies, or sign some other people. Yeah, but I mean, just at the price value that you're talking about and what we have right now, no.
Well, so here's the thing when it comes to cap, our cap space now basically no longer matters until technically the beginning of the season. Like when we make the 53-man roster cut, the cap space technically doesn't matter up until then. We can spend whatever we want as long as we'll be underneath that cap for the season once we get to the 53-man roster cut.
So let's go get him.
Yeah.
So what makes you think D Hop will play more than half the season for
He's not
any team?
he's not going to get suspended for PEDs this year. That's a big factor right there. And he's going to be revitalized. And if he's playing with us, he will be a number one wide receiver. But at the same time, he will not be targeted like number one wide receiver anywhere else. That's what Travis Kelce's for. That's what all of our other weapons are for. He will have an easier workload with us than anybody else.
Even if you give him the 6 games this past season that he missed because of PEDs, he still got injured and he was still out. So you're just moving his timetable up. And the season before that, he instead of 9 games, he played 10. So in 2 seasons, he's shown you that he's physically no longer capable of playing an NFL season in any capacity, an entire NFL season in any capacity.
That's fine and all, but take away his suspension last year. If he was playing in those 6 games, his numbers would be even better, and he probably would have gone on and not got hurt until the time he did. And in those 9 games, 64 catches for 717 yards.
Isn't that what Juju did?
In 14 games, yeah. You're telling me you
Hey,
don't
And
want the
that's
I'll tell you,
fine.
production?
You can compare those numbers to Juju. That's fine, but you're not sitting here and telling me that Juju can do the same things that D Hop
no,
does.
Yeah.
no, D Hop definitely has a higher skill set, but I also want to pay a guy not $19 million to play for half a season and give up a second round pick. Like
Look,
obviously Adam Thielen is not
for every
as
example that goes
good.
along with your point of these guys that have had a couple seasons that have injuries that derail their season, there's every counterpoint that there's people that have injuries come back and play for a few more seasons. Like I'm the pro outweighs the con here for me. Like if D Hop gives us half a season of production, you know, we tried it. But if he gives us a full season of production and we go on to another Super Bowl, it's going to be like everybody was like, well, let's pay him more. That was the best decision we ever made. Like it's like a no brainer now.
There's
Once
yeah,
hindsight's 2020, but like D Hop and Pat Mahomes could be something just ridiculously special. Pat hasn't outside of Travis Kelsey, and I mean he's not even as I don't think he has the skill set that D Hop has when it comes to like tight window separation, uh, like ripping the ball out of a defender's hand type shit, going up against three dudes on a Hail Mary and coming down with the ball. Travis Kelsey's not doing that. D Hop has a very special skill set that, if he's paired with Pat Mahomes, could be something that we've never seen before. And I don't know who put it out, but it was a spot on tweet. It was like if DeAndre Hopkins plays with Pat Mahomes, and it was just videos of Tom Brady throwing the ball to Randy Moss in New England. That's the type of that's the caliber of duo that could be, and even better. Like he could honestly, we could take out of the deep ball. Like we don't even have to make him run down the field. We just make one move, okay? Every time we're in the end zone or every time we're in the red zone, find him.
I agree.
Every
I
time we're in
don't
the end zone, he could break the record for touchdowns, dude.
It's a
Yeah.
skill set that Patrick Mahomes hasn't been able to play with, and it is exciting. And I love whenever somebody brings up the Randy Moss in New England thing, which yes, it worked out and that was great. Randy Moss wasn't 31 at the time, I don't believe. He was in his late 20s, and it was it was an incentive laden deal with a base of a little over $1 million.
And
We're
then he
talking
got paid the next
20.
year by the Patriots.
That's fine. If we want to bring in
So you're not saying
DeAndre
that.
Hopkins for $1 million and incentive laden deal, sure. You want to bring him in for 20 and a second round pick? That's not the way that Brett Veach or the Kansas City Chiefs do deals either. You look over last season, what happened last season? The free agents that were brought in, how old were they? 25 years old. Juju,
So
Orlando Brown Jr.
Randy Moss was actually 30 when he joined the Patriots.
Was he? Oh,
Yeah.
nice. I thought he was late 20s. Either
And
way,
then they
it's
went
still
16-0.
$1 million as a free agent. So they didn't trade for him. They gave him $1 million. Now you're talking about trading for a guy who's injury prone over 2 years, 31 years old, and asking for $20 million.
I understand that the price point is a little high, but if it can work and we still have a complete team going into the season with D Hop on the team, I if I'm a front office, like I'm doing whatever I can to make that happen.
Still think
Absolutely.
there's
We have 12 picks. We can afford one pick. It doesn't have to be the
Yeah.
second round pick.
And we could afford more than just one pick.
Yeah. We can even do
We've
some
got-
pick swaps with them.
I think we've got 8 picks now. We started off with 9, and then we gave up the one conditional that pick 100 that went to the Giants.
yeah.
That's now
All right.
we should have 8 picks.
That's still fine.
It is, but there are also still a ton of holes. Now, free agency technically just opened up. We had the what do they call it? Tampering, the legal tampering period started on Monday. Now we're at Wednesday. Free agency has officially started as of 4 o'clock, I believe. But there's still a lot of holes. Like, are we going to play Juwan Taylor on the left side to take over Orlando Brown's spot? If that's the case, which it sounds like, because Laramie Tunsil, that deal seems to be off, then we're out of starting right tackle unless Yang is actually going to be healthy.
We have 10 draft picks.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because we got more compensatory picks earlier.
Bro,
If you're
talk
on
about
audio, I'm sorry. Tybo's camera has frozen and it has him in GIF form, just doing hands up, straight faced, going back and forth into the camera. It's awesome.
I caught a little bit of that. That was weird.
It did that for about 45
Damn.
seconds.
Is
That's
that gonna go
awesome.
on the YouTube?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. Will somebody make that a GIF, please? I need that.
That's so stupid.
10 picks. So we've got
But yeah, we
either
have 10
either
picks.
a right tackle or a left tackle that needs to go. The Laramie Tunsil trade seems to be off that everybody was so hype about.
Yeah.
You've still got, we did bring in Charles Olemehu out of I think I'm saying that right, out of
No, you're not.
San Francisco. Find me, sure. Is it, what is it? How is it?
It's a tough one. Let me get to it.
I don't think there's an L in his
Charles
last name.
Omenihu.
Minahu, sorry. There's no L. A Minahu. Um, who's very good, got him on a very good deal. But that only takes care of, again,
6'5",
one
280, bro. Like this dude is
defensive end position. So we're at 3 defensive ends now. And we're still at 2 defensive tackles because we have Chris Jones, and then we did re-sign Tershawn Wharton. We're down to one
who's coming
safety.
off an injury.
Exactly. We're down to one safety at each position, free safety and strong safety, now that Juan Thornhill has signed his deal with the Cleveland Browns.
Damn, when did that happen?
Linebackers
Today,
How much did he get
just
paid?
a few hours ago.
3 years,
3
21
years.
mil.
Yeah. It's a cheap
Yeah.
deal. And then obviously now we're down receivers as Juju has signed his 3-year, $33 million deal with the New England Patriots. If anybody's wondering about the comp picks that we should be getting from Juju, who's the other one that walked away? Yeah, Juju and Juan. Those will be canceled out by bringing in Juwan
Colin
Taylor.
Saunders is a saint. He's gone.
Yep, he's gone too. So, but the picks, the comp picks that would be coming in for Juju and Juan Thornhill are negated by bringing in Charles Mehu and Juwan Taylor.
Gotcha.
So
2 solid ads, like
we should still get
big
one
needs, and I'm happy about it.
And depending on free agent pickups throughout this free agency process, it's still possible the likes of Colin Saunders, who I would hope would garner a 4th round comp pick, most likely a 5th, will still get negated, and probably some others that are leaving as well.